John D. Rockefeller. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths, rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. Do you know the only thing that gives me pleasure? It's to see my dividends coming in. I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity. There is nothing in this world that can compare with the Christian fellowship, nothing that can satisfy but Christ. The most important thing for a young man is to establish a credit, a reputation, character. I believe that love is the greatest thing in the world, that it alone can and will triumph over might. I believe that thrift is essential to well-ordered living. We can never learn too much of His will towards us, too much of His messages and His advice. The Bible is His Word, and its study gives at once the foundation for our faith and an inspiration to battle onward in the fight against the tempter. And we are never too old to study the Bible. Each time the lessons are studied comes some new meaning, some new thought which will make us better. This Sunday school has been of help to me, greater perhaps than any other force in my Christian life, and I can ask no better things for you than that you, and all that shall come after you in this great band of workers for Christ, shall receive the same measure of blessedness which I have been permitted to have. It is wrong to assume that men of immense wealth are always happy. Don't blame the marketing department. The buck stops with the chief executive. After it is all over, the religion of man is his most important possession. The impression was gaining ground with me that it was a good thing to let the money be my slave and not make myself a slave to money. To build. I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. The ability to deal with people is as purchasable a commodity as sugar or coffee, and I will pay more for that ability than for any other under the sun. I can think of nothing less pleasurable than a life devoted to pleasure. I know of nothing more despicable and pathetic than a man who devotes all the hours of the waking day to the making of money for money's sake. Good leadership consists of showing average people how to do the work of superior people. The road to happiness lies in two simple principles: find what it is that interests you and that you can do well, and when you find it, put your whole soul into it, every bit of energy and ambition and natural ability you have. I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. If your only goal is to become rich, you will never achieve it. I have ways of making money that you know nothing of. I believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. Singleness of purpose is one of the chief essentials for success in life, no matter what may be one's aim. Charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. The person who starts out simply with the idea of getting rich won't succeed. You must have a larger ambition. There is no mystery in business success. If you do each day's task successfully, and stay faithfully within these natural operations of commercial laws which I talk so much about, and keep your head clear, you will come out all right. A man's wealth must be determined by the relation of his desires and expenditures to his income. If he feels rich on $10 and has everything else he desires, he really is rich. The success of each is dependent upon the success of the other. Every right implies to a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession a duty. A man of words and not of deeds is like a garden full of weeds. A friendship founded on business is better than a business founded on friendship. Competition is a sin. When work goes out of style, we may expect to see civilization totter and fall. Think of giving not as a duty but as a privilege. I believe in the sacredness of a promise, that a man's word should be as good as his bond, that character, not wealth or power or position, is of supreme worth. Success comes from keeping the ears open and the mouth closed. The secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you'll be able to see farther. It is very important to remember what other people tell you, not so much what you yourself already know. A man has no right to occupy another man's time unnecessarily. Own nothing, control everything. Motivational quotes: John D. Rockefeller. We hope for your support, in the form of likes and comments. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe.